Chapter 06. It was the armed nation of Dworgen in all its mighty glory. The front gate was enormous, built to block free entry into the vast cave opening. Guess we're really here, huh? A nearby traveler ventured as I scanned the line of people down the corridor. That's a fancy gate. Maybe the dwarves of this world weren't the kind, gentle, almost lovable beings I was picturing. They could be a lot more violent than that, for all I knew. Still, as a free city and a hub of trade across races and species, it maintained at least a public face of neutrality. The fact that the heroic king never allowed combat inside the city was fairly common knowledge among adventurers. I suppose that even in this world, you could afford to be neutral only if you had the muscle to back it up. As I mused over this, I began hearing some more sinister voices. Hey, check it out, there are monsters out here. We can kill 'em, right? We aren't inside yet. Yeah, what the hell are you guys standing in line for? You think we're gonna let you do that, you little runts? Gimme your spot before we kill you. And leave your crap there, too, alright. Then we'll let you go. A bunch of loin-clothed goblins riding gigantic wolves would have been bound to stir up at least a little attention, and not the good kind, so I'd decided to go in solo with my guide. Rigyr had wanted to join me, but I'd turned him down. Yo, you think you runts got a right to ignore us? Opening parenthesis question mark closing parenthesis. Hey, isn't a talking slime pretty rare? Maybe we could get some money out of selling it. Opening parenthesis question mark closing parenthesis. The adventurers kept yapping at us. People maybe could have said I had the patience of a saint back home, but this was starting to irk me. Gobta, you remember the rules I gave you all before? Rimuru, why yes, sir, absolutely. Gobta, good. In that case, could you close your eyes and cover your ears for me? No peeking. Rimuru, alright, but, Gobta, right, laying out some simple rules for my people, then promptly violating every single one of them 3 days later wouldn't exactly make me a role model. But with Gobta out of my hair, I was free once more to take out the garbage. A black mist sprayed out from my body, shrouding it completely. When it cleared, a different monster stood there instead. A black wolf. Form. Tempest Starwolf. Ha, I don't care how badass you look. You're still a runty goddamn piss slime to me. ADVENTURER1. You think that was enough to freak us out? Come on, man, Adventurer 2. With an earth-shaking roar, I invoked it, but, alas, I screwed it up. I didn't mean for the audience to faint to the ground, too, with assorted substances welling up around their pants. What a disaster. Now what? This'll be such a pain to deal with. The party. Well, they had just taken a coercion blow at point-blank range. I doubt I need to go into detail on what happened to them. My magic sense skill started picking up on the dwarven security force running our way. It's over, I whispered. Over, indeed. I looked down at them, wondering how they were ever going to clean up their undergarments after this, trying to keep my new reality at bay for just a few more moments. I'm really sorry about this. Rimuru. I bowed deeply, or intended to, anyway. Inside the guardroom. After the ruckus we had caused, there was no way security was going to let the lot of us off with a slap on the wrist. After only a few moments, a squadron of guards was surrounding us. Well, me, really, given how unconscious the other 5 were. I know, I thought, I'll just turn into a slime and slink off. And I tried to, but before I could move, they grabbed me en masse and lifted me up. So much for that. Wait, I shouted, doing my best frenzied Gobta impression. We didn't do anything. We're the victims here. Rimuru. Alright, came the smiling reply. We'll hear you out in the guardroom. Can't expect to run off after that, now can you? Guard. So here's what happened. 1. I got accosted. 2. I turned into a wolf. 3. I kind of howled a little. Whatcha think? Not my fault, right? I thought as I glanced at the soldier standing above me. Guard who took us here, his name is Kaido. He was questioning me about what happened. After hearing my answer, he was still smiling at me. The expression suited this gruff, friendly-looking dwarf and his long, bushy beard. Except for those unfortunate veins popping out of his forehead. Why did you take me along with you, officer? Rimuru, you damned fool, what do you think you're saying? Our chiefs are yelling at us because you were accosted. Kaido, what, really? I'm sorry, I've messed up again, haven't I? Rimuru, well, there's nothing to be done about it this time, but try to be a bit more careful, alright? Kaido, phew, guess they finally saw the light. Good thing my blame everyone else, skill from my human years was still going strong. It was an advanced ability, earned only after years of life experience. The key was to never give your foe a single moment to doubt you. It was hard, so what was that wolf, then? The soldier watching over me asked. What's he mean, what is it? Kaido. The species, you mean? It's a Rimuru. No, not the name. What I mean is, why did that kind of monster show up around here? Where'd it come from, where'd it go? I wanna hear everything you know. Kaido. I told him that was just mimicry. He didn't believe me. I thought I was pretty open with him. I knew it was standard procedure for a hero to hide his secret identity, but I wasn't exactly a hero anyway. Well, I told you. That was just me transformed. Rimuru. Look, it's already rare for a slime to talk, and you want me to add shape-shifting to the package, too. Kaido. No, I mean, look, would you like me to show you? Rimuru. HMPH. Nah, it's fine, but if you can shape-shift, how is that possible? You're a slime, aren't you? Kaido. Wait, how should I answer that? I don't think he'd buy it if I just said, it's an intrinsic. Or whatever, that'd just put me on the same level as Gobda. Think, man, you gotta come up with a decent excuse, now. Well, to put it simply, I was actually cursed. I'm capable of wielding illusory magic, Rimuru. Oh, really? A curse, is it? Then what? Kaido. Then, well, I know a few illusory spells, but I was still just a student at the time, so, this evil mage turned me into a slime. I'm on a journey to find a way to undo the curse, and, that's pretty much it. Rimuru, why'd you run into an evil wizard, then? Why'd he curse you instead of just killing you? Kaido. This would go a lot easier if you'd just believe me, man. You don't have to be so obstinate about it. Though I guess I'd be, too. If he actually bought my story, that'd make him more gullible than a goblin. This little back and forth between me and the soldier went on for another few hours or so. Dot 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 dot. Dot 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 dot. Dot 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 dot. Dot 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 dot. By the end of our intensive debate, I had just about an entire novel's worth of backstory. A story about a forlorn young and beautiful princess, had a wish granted by an evil mage, and as a payment brutally transformed into a slime by an evil mage. In the midst of our tit-for-tat, if you want to call it that, the soldier's questions helped me weave a grand story of heroic tragedy in my mind. I was a young prodigy, a girl inherently gifted in the arts of transformation and illusory magic. A cruel witch had cast a terrible spell on me, and I was traveling to rid myself of the curse. Why did this have to happen? And why did I turn myself into a magical girl along the way? And the worst part of it was, whenever I said something that wandered off script, the soldier's next question would help me fix the mistake. Oh, right, I'd say to myself as the tale meandered its merry way down the path. By the end of it, both myself and the soldier were enthralled, hoping against hope that the girl would somehow succeed on her quest. Our eyes burned with passion, at least, his did. Truly, we had a connection that went beyond mere words. All right, that's it for the report. Thank you for your cooperation. But we're going to need to, Kaido. Slam. Before the soldier could finish, the large door behind him opened. Another soldier rushed in. Sir. An Armorsaurus just showed up in the mines. It's already injured several miners at their posts. Guard. What? Well, did you defeat it? Kaido. We're good there. A suppression force is on its way. But some of the miners are fairly roughed up. I don't know if there's a war underway or something, but the city shops are out of medicine, and the castle won't let us access their stockpile, guard. Ah, damn it all. Kaido. Sir. Rimuru. What? I'm busy. I'm done with you for now, but I can't let you go yet. Stay in this room until things calm down a little. Kaido. No, not that, I've got this. Guard. I took a recovery potion out. Or spat it out, is the way he probably saw it. Quote. What's that? Guard. A recovery potion. Drink it, rub it in, it's high quality. Rimuru. We've got 6 men down, but are you sure? Kaido. I can't ignore someone who is in need of help, I said honestly. Rimuru. TCH. Stay here, all right. Let's go. Kaido. But, Captain, that's a monster. Guard. Enough from you, just take me over to them. Kaido. The bushy-bearded captain snatched up the 6 recovery potions I provided and ran off. With the grand fantasy tale we'd just woven, I supposed I had gained his trust somewhat. Maybe he was a nice guy after all. Didn't expect him to be a full-fledged captain, though. Is it over? Gobta asked after silently nodding at everything I'd said before now. No, but I guess we'll sit here and see what happens. Rimuru. Got it, sir. Gobta. Then we stared into space. The soldiers who peeked in on occasion would give us confused looks, but otherwise, not much happened for an hour. I was practicing my sticky thread moves a bit when I heard the captain's heavy footsteps. The silken whip zipped back into my body as I waited for him to come in. Gobta was asleep, proving that maybe he was smarter than I was all along. Thank you, sir. The bearded Captain Kaido thundered as he stormed into the room, head bowed. The miners filed in behind him. You're the one with the potions. Thanks a ton. My arm was pretty torn up. I didn't think I'd ever work again, even if I survived. Thank you. Quote. Quote. Opening parenthesis question mark closing parenthesis. The last guy didn't say anything before they all left, but I was fairly sure he was thankful, too. Glad to see the potions worked. By this time, it was past sunset. It was almost fully dark outside when the captain started talking with me again seriously, this time. The guard was already certain that we were guilty of nothing, but I was still being detained out of respect for the other victims I had inadvertently inconvenienced with my actions. Nobody was pressing charges, though I suppose they figured asking restitution for crapping their pants wasn't the shrewdest of social moves. So I told him the truth. I was helping rebuild a goblin village, and we needed arms and clothing, as well as someone who could provide a little on-site guidance. The captain listened intently, some of his men chiming in on occasion. They even asked Gobta a few questions, despite his darting eyes and bewildered expression. The next day, the captain checked in. All right, he said, you're free to go. Sorry I kept you in here for so long. I was beholden to keep you overnight, at least. Apologies. Oh, no. It saved me one night's hotel cost, at least. Rimuru. Glad you see it that way. Here, let me make it up to you. I can introduce you to a talented blacksmith I know. Kaido. That would be perfect. Thank you, Rimuru. In exchange for that, Kaido. A catch. The only catches I ever liked were the ones on porn sites. If you have any of those recovery potions left, would you be interested in letting go of them? Kaido. Ah, why not? I had a manufacturing cost of exactly 0 on those things anyway. If he wanted some, he could have some. All right, I replied. It'll depend on how many, though. I need to keep a few for myself, too, Rimuru. Any extras you're willing to part with are fine by me. Even if it's just one. Kaido. Rather odd way of putting it, isn't it? I thought he was trying to rebuild the guard's stockpile. One's not going to be enough in a pinch, is it? It feels like he is buying a super rare winter edition anime girl figure which he could never buy again if he missed it. Well, whatever. Okay, well, how about 5, then? Rimuru. 5. Ah, that'd be wonderful. Kaido. I know it's not much, he explained, but I hope you'll accept this. I'll give you 5 gold pieces for each one of these. If I could, Rimuru. Not enough. I'm doing my best here, sir, Kaido. I'm sorry to admit it, but I'm not exactly sure what this money is worth, or what prices are even like around here. If you could give me some guidance, that would really help. Rimuru. We wound up having a long conversation before Gobta and I set off. Soon, I was out in the fresh air of freedom again, but not before lunch. The captain insisted. I couldn't taste anything, but the appreciation was sweet. I guess. For the first time in a while, I enjoyed a meal. Yo, you in there, shouted the Captain Kaido, as it happened. As we had conversed, we'd grown friendlier and friendlier with each other. We were on a first-name basis now, and it turned out his older brother was in charge of the shop we were visiting. It was a cozy place, the kind where you'd expect the owner to be a gruff old man behind the counter. Hello, Kaido. Excuse us, I said as I followed Kaido in. The moment we entered, we felt several dubious gazes upon us. Ah, the 3 miners who had thanked me for saving them yesterday lifted their eyebrows high. They looked right as rain, but their expressions weren't exactly jubilant. What do you want? You know these guys. Kaijin, this is it. The slime, the one who saved us, miner. Yeah, it sure is. And you're our boss's brother, aren't you, Captain? Miner. Rimuru. Oh ho, the slime, you say? We were just talking about you. Thanks for getting these guys out of a bad way yesterday, Kaijin. Oh, no, it was nothing, I just gave you some of extra potion I had at that time, Rimuru. So, the old guy said, rearing back a bit, what brings you here today? Kaijin, I decided to go into full detail. We all piled into seats situated deeper inside, and Kaido was kind enough to provide a quick recap for me. I added a few choice details, and things moved along at a good pace. All right, the old guy answered. I understand, but what do you want? I can't do anything for you. I've got a job from a certain country I gotta deal with, too. None of this leaves the room, but, Kaijin. Then it was his turn to talk, deliberately leaving out some of the finer details, as it was all classified. Basically, a number of countries were sending out orders for weapons and armor, spooked that a certain, idiot nation, might be trying to hatch a war on them all. It connected to why the guard was out of medicine yesterday, as well as the lack of raw materials plaguing the shops. So what kind of material you need? I asked. I need special ore for the swords, the old guy spat out. Magic ore. Kaijin, and that's not the half of it. It takes a full day to complete even one of those swords. Even if I built an assembly line and streamlined everything I could, it'd still take me 2 weeks to make 20, Kaijin. I have until the end of this week. He groaned. First thing next week, I'm charged with delivering them to the king. It's a task for the kingdom, and every shop has been asked to do the same. If I can't, they could strip my artisan's license from me, Kaijin. Hang on, did he say, magic ore? I have some of that, don't I? Not that it matters. The next time I looked up, I realized that everyone was looking at me. I don't like all these dudes staring at me, you know. Who do they think a slime is, anyway? Whatever, time to fling a few serious favors around. They better help me get that goblin village going later. Heh heh heh, ha 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 ha, ha 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 ha, what a trivial issue. Old man, you think you could use this? Rimuru, quote. Wait, hoa, that's magic ore, and, my god, look at how pure it is. Kaijin, hey, not magic ore, man. Already processed it for ya. That's a hunk of pure magisteel. Come on, old man, your eyes giving out on you. I asked. If they couldn't even see what this metal was, they couldn't have been worth much. What? No, it can't be. This entire piece is magisteel. Kaijin, he finally noticed. His shock surprised me a bit. You'll let me have this. I mean, I'll pay the going price for it, of course. Kaijin, heh heh heh, gotcha, ooh, about that, Rimuru. What do you want? I'll do anything I can for this. Kaijin, now that's what I wanted to hear. You heard what me and my team are up to, right? I need your help finding someone who'll travel to the village and give us some technical guidance. And connection to clothing and weapons supplier and armor too, Rimuru. If that's all it is, then of course. Kaijin, and so old man Kaijin and I forged a verbal contract for the hunk of magisteel. We agreed to iron out the details after his work was done. Judging by his reaction, I probably could have wrung him for a little more, but no point being too greedy. Whenever I tried that, it always blew up in my face. Even I learn from my mistakes sometimes. Kaido took his leave after we all finished with dinner. Guess the captain of the border guard can afford to skip work all afternoon. Nice of him to bring me here, though. The three dwarf brothers took turns thanking me profusely yet again. They felt a bit out of place, no doubt, and at fault for the government's toying around with Kaijin. So why not come along with us? I asked. Their jaws dropped. Then they started discussing it with each other. To me, that sounded like the best thing for their predicament. The next day, even though he had all the materials he needed, that deadline still looked impossible to me. Time to come out with it. Hey, Kaijin can get one of the sword you made for order. I think I can help you with that order, I told Kaijin. Rimuru, quote. So I can trust you. Because if I can't, you better not expect payment for that magisteel. I won't be able to take care of myself, much less cover you. You keep your promise, though, I swear I'll keep mine. I'll give you the best swordsmith this kingdom has. Kaijin, we have a deal, and promises are made to be kept. So Kaijin and his team had crafted this lovely sword for me. As promised, now it was my turn. First, take this completed sample, and swallow it up. Next, take the rest of the ingredients lined up here, and swallow them up, too. Munch, munch, gulp. Mix well in your stomach, and less than notice. Analysis target. Longsword. Successful. Creating copy. Successful. Greater than. Repeat 19 times. Bon appetit. Easy, wasn't it? Kids, don't try this at home. I had 19 swords scattered around the room. It had been maybe a minute since Kaijin gave me a sword. Wah, everyone, guess I can't blame them. I did take out 19 swords which might have taken Kaijin 2 weeks in a minute. To be continued.